back to my channel. So today I've done a look with the new GlossGods Molten Metals, and I'm excited to show you what it looks like. I mean, obviously this is it, but you can watch me do it. I do have a little bit of swatches as well. I think this is a very pretty palette, and if you're interested to see how it performs on the lids, this is the video for you. And then I have a little bit at the end of just like my thoughts. I also did end up picking up a couple other things from them during Black Friday. I bought this all during Black Friday, so I did get one of their bronzers, which I will be speaking about. And then I also got this, which is one of their new lip oils that came out. I think this is one of their newer ones that I think this is one of the new ones. This is the shade Smitten. I didn't get both of them, I just got this one. So I play around with all of that. If you are interested to know how this palette performs, this is what it looks like so far, then I guess stay tuned, and then I will see you at the end with my thoughts. So I ended up getting these little clips from them. They had their sale going, so I'm going to put these on. They're the Lock It Down hair clips. I did end up getting more than just the palette. I haven't got any makeup on at the moment, but I'm going to go into the palette first. So here we go. Here it is. Very, very beautiful. The Molten Metals. It took a while to get here, I have to say. It literally just got here. It's been like 3 weeks. So I think they just had a lot of orders potentially. And let's hope nothing is broken. Oh yes, nothing is broken. So this is the palette. Kind of a different palette for them. Honestly, it's like one of their first palettes where they have, what is this, 10? Yeah, 10 shades in here. And it's a very neutral looking palette. Honestly, it doesn't even look like there's very many special shades in here, I have to say. So I will do swatches and I will post that on the side. But I am going into this little blind. I'm hoping that their matte formula is a little bit better, because I've always said that it's not like you shouldn't buy GlossGods for their matte formula. And there are 5 mattes in here, so let's hope that it is okay. We're going to go into this shade called Satin, and we're going to set my lid. And we're just going to, let me just zoom you in so you can see me in all of my glory. Wonderful, lovely. Okay, so Satin, yes, let's do that. I'm just going to put this all over. I would have done my face, but honestly, it doesn't matter. I think it's fine. I don't think there will be that too much fallout, but we'll have a look. But yeah, we'll just set this. I'm not going to use an eyeshadow primer because I want to just test it out how it is normally. I know a lot of people use eye primers, and that's absolutely fine. I think with GlossGods a lot of the time you kind of need to. But I'm testing it to see if it's better than their other formula. I don't know, I'm just excited and I want to do this. I also did pick up, this is not part of the video, but I will be doing other videos. These came back in stock and I jumped at the chance. I picked up the Gal on the Moon and the Gal on the Mars. Those are like stunning, stunning palettes. But anyway, we are in this one. So, okay, that shade was fine. I think I don't want to go into the warm tone today, so I'm going to avoid these two because I just don't really feel like going into warm tone. So I will lean more into the cool tone. I think I'm going to go into the shade that's called Matte. They have very simple shade names. So this seems to be quite buildable, and it seems fine to me so far. All right, I think that was fine actually. I think you can build it up a little bit more, but I think I'm just going to go in. I'm just going to stop there. I'm going to go into this one, which is not, honestly doesn't look too different. It looks just a little bit more chocolatey, and that one's called Brushed. So I'm just going to go into that one and just see kind of how it fares. But honestly, it's not too different. Yeah, it's just a little bit more chocolatey brown, which is very similar to, I think, the new Pantene color of the year for 2025 is like this chocolate brown. So that's boring. I think it's time now to go into these shades. So I think I'm going to go into this one, which is called Bronze, because we're going for like a bronzy look. But I also want to, yeah, this looks beautiful. This is such a gorgeous taupe. I want to go into the silver. There's like a pure silver one that's called Steel, and then there's platinum that's more of like a white silver. So I think I might go into both or just one of them just to test out. This is very beautiful. Yeah, this is a really beautiful shade. Gorgeous shade. Quite sparkly, actually. Their shades aren't usually super sparkly, I feel like. This is beautiful. I just love how it catches the light. Very pretty, very, very pretty so far. Brass, I'm just gonna swatch brass. Whew. Oh my goodness, it's so pretty. I know I showed you swatches, but I haven't seen anything. This is like molten, that looks like molten. Ooh, maybe like inner corner. I think I'll do that as an inner corner. It has a little bit of like a yellow to it, so I think I'll keep that for my inner corner. I'm gonna go into platinum, which I'm just gonna use here, I think. We're gonna keep it simple. I mean, there's really not that many shades in here, so, you know, it's only so much you can do. But yeah, look at this. This is like a real white silver. The other one's more like a gunmetal silver, but yeah, this one's bright. And I'm definitely into my cool tones right now. But I like that they have warm and cool in here. It's not just a cool tone palette, because not everyone suits cool tones or wants to do cool tone all the time. And I think that means that this is a palette that you can use all year long, because obviously I will be going into this when I'm into my warmer tones. None of these are multi-chromes or like special shades or anything like that, so they're just really beautiful, beautiful metallics. But I was curious because I thought maybe one of them might have a flip, because normally in GlossGods you usually get flips, but none of these seem to have any flips to them, but it's fine. I think I'm going to do the rest of my face and then come back and maybe do a little bit under here and then try that brass shade, I think, just for a little bit of a pop. So I'll be right back with my face. Alright, I haven't finished my face, but I've sort of done most of the base because I realized I did get I got a lip oil. I think this is a liquid lip oil. I don't know what that is, but I did buy one of their bronzers, like their powder bronzer, so I do want to put that on, but I want to show it, but I want to finish the eyes first. So I think I'm going to go back into these browns, and I'm just going to drag these ever so slightly underneath, just a little bit, not too much, but just a little bit. Okay. Then we're going to go into that brass shade, which I showed earlier. What can I use? Maybe this one. Yeah. I'm going to use a brush. I'm going to go right, because I think this pops a little bit more because it has a color to it. This is really pretty. But there's only so much you can do with this palette, I realized. I mean, I could never do like a 3 looks 1 palette. I think it would be difficult. I mean, I could do like little quads. I think actually I could have done a little quad. I think that would have been fun. But we are going, let's do, let me just, what am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing. I'm going to put some mascara, because then I can kind of figure out what it actually looks like, because it's always like, looks better with mascara. All right, here's what it's looking like. I'm going to try the bronzer. I'm just going to zoom you out a little bit, because you don't need to be super close when I'm doing my bronzer. So it's probably better to see my full face when we're doing that. So here it is. This is the Cloud bronzer, and it's called On Cloud 9. I think I got the lightest shade. They do have quite a few shades, and they got these like weird, not weird, but it's definitely unique packaging. It is super thin, so I don't think you get much product in here at all. Oh my gosh, and it is like the teeniest, tiniest little bronzer in the world. That looks super dark. Oh my goodness, that looks so dark. Why is that so dark? Did I not get the lightest one? Oh my goodness, this looks incredibly dark, but also I don't know what brush to use with this because it's so tiny. It looks small when I bought it, like it looks small on site, but it looks absolutely teeny tiny. So let's see if it packs a punch. I'm worried, but okay. All right, so far nothing's happening. Oh my gosh, is this like, oh, it's like a baked gelée formula. Okay, it's not like a pure, it's not a pure powder. Okay, so this is definitely one that you build up. This is not gonna work. This is not working. This is not working. Let's try this brush. Why would they do like a baked formula? Like, why would they do like a gelée formula with tiny little packaging? Also, the packaging is going to get so dirty because look at that. Okay, this is probably a fail. This is probably a fail. I believe this was on sale, so maybe I know why. But yeah, this is probably, I mean, I'm starting to see it now. But this is the teeniest, tiniest little bronzer. It's not even good for like traveling because the packaging is so wide. It is a very thin product, but look at that. It's getting so dirty because I had to go back into it. And obviously all of my bronzer brushes are bigger than this. So, okay, we're getting somewhere. I am getting bronzy. But this is not one that I would probably recommend just because it's a bit silly. It's a bit silly. If it was in a bigger pan size, then it would have been easier to play with. But yeah, it's going to be, it's like, look how dirty it is now. But it's not like a pure powder. So, okay. I think the actual formula itself is actually decent. It was fine. The shade is fine, but I'm gonna take these out. I don't need these. I did end up getting this, which I think is a lip oil, and I don't know if it's pigmented, so I do not know. But you know, this is what. Oh, okay. It has. Okay, maybe past Gabby was thinking this is the shade Smitten. I think this is part of their new range. So I think if you got their Christmas mystery box, I think you ended up with one of these or both of them. I think they only came out with 2. What is that scent? I know that scent. I can't think of what that is. I think what I'm going to do, let me put some lip liner and then I will put that back on. Alright, so I've just gone into like a Rimmel, this is Rimmel I think, nude lip, and I'm going to put this back on just so there's a little bit. Yeah. Definitely more, I mean it says it's a lip oil. Feels pretty glossy. I mean maybe it's a lip gloss. Is it a gloss or a lip oil? It could be a lip gloss. I think it's a lip oil. I don't really know. What did I buy? Who knows? All right, here is the final look. I think it was pretty. I think it's a pretty palette. I think overall this is a really great palette if you're not wanting to have the duochromes and the multi-chromes from GlossGods, which they are obviously known for, but this palette doesn't seem to have that, which is absolutely fine. It's more of just your everyday neutral palette. You can use it, I think, all year long, honestly, because like I said, it's got the cool tone shades and it's got the warm tone shades. Had I wanted a duochrome or multi-chrome, yes, I would have loved to have seen that, and I thought that they had them in here. I feel like when I saw the promo pics for this, although I really didn't want to spoil myself, so maybe it showed that they didn't have it. I didn't really read too much about it. I saw it and I hit the buy button and then that was it. So, and now I've been waiting. I think it's a very pretty palette, but if you are used to all the other GlossGods palettes with their special shades, it might be a little bit boring, I'm not gonna lie. But if you haven't tried GlossGods and you are nervous about all those shades because maybe they're just a little bit too much, I think this you could use as your everyday if you are into neutrals and you don't want to have too much of an impact if you're out and about and need to meet people and everything like that. So I think it's a really smart palette for them to release, because if it does well, then they can keep it and it can be one of their staples. Is it going to be one of their staples? I have really honestly no idea, because they tend to have their palettes and then they're discontinued after some time. So I don't know, but I think it's a smart move on their end for anyone who maybe hasn't tried GlossGods and would like to have one of their palettes but not have a super special palette. Having said that, the metallics in here are actually really, really beautiful. So I'm not like dissing it at all. And I think the mattes worked fine. So I have in the past maybe kind of complained about their mattes in certain palettes. Not every palette, but definitely certain palettes I feel like the mattes were pretty subpar. I think they were fine in this one. I didn't actually have any issues with seeing it. The pigmentation was there and they blended fine, I believe. So I didn't have any issues with the mattes, and obviously this is quite matte heavy in comparison to some of their other palettes. So, you know, I think this is a palette for definitely certain people out there. I think there's people who are gonna love this. Do I think it's the best palette that I have from GlossGods? No, but that's just because, you know, there's 5 mattes and it's very neutral. I do like neutral palettes, but it's a really good everyday. But yeah, I've grown used to loving their special shades, I have to say. But these metallics are gorgeous, So I don't know, if it kind of speaks to you, speaks to your soul, go and buy it. I do have an affiliate code and link down below if you do want to purchase it, but otherwise, you know, it's there to be used. What I will say is this, I think this is kind of a bad idea on their part. I think the packaging is really silly. You actually do get a little teeny tiny mirror, which is so cute, but I just don't understand this packaging when it is like one of these baked gelée formulas, and the pan size is just far too small for really any bronzer. I should have known that when I bought it online, but I was just curious because they did come out with this like several months ago, and I think they came out with this when they came out with their liquid blushes, and I did try their liquid blushes earlier this year, but I didn't want to try their bronzer, and then it was on sale during Black Friday, and I thought, well, let me pick it up and find it. I think the bronzer turned out fine. I did put a little bit of blush, but I think it turned out fine. It's definitely a light shade, because when I first looked at it, it looked pretty dark, but it's definitely one of their lighter ones. But I just think because of the formula, it was very hard to get some pigment out, and I needed a big pan, and it's just gonna get all dirty. So I think that's just a bad packaging and thought process behind that. I don't know why. You don't get that much product in here, I have to say. 3.5 grams. Is that a lot? Actually, that might be a lot. I don't know, but whatever. I did actually end up getting this. This is a skincare item. This is from their skincare range, the Skinderella. This was reasonably new, but I haven't tried it. I think it's just a lovely little moisturizer, so I'm excited to try this. But yeah, it's just this. So I will put that with my skincare, and I will try it eventually, and maybe if I love it, I will let you know. So anyway, do I think you need this palette? Only if you are wanting to collect all their palettes, like me, or if you're curious, or if you just want like a good everyday neutral palette with some gorgeous metallics, because these metallics actually really are gorgeous. It's just that they don't have the duochromes, the multi-chromes that pretty much all the other GlossGods palettes have. So this is a neutral palette without the twist, and they have done neutral palettes with twists. So if you want the twist, you can actually get like the new neutrals, which has more of a twist on it, and also even the Let's Get Nude has some gorgeous multi-chromes, whereas this one is really just your standard palette. But I think, again, like I said, I think it's kind of a smart move on their part if it does well. So anyway, that's all from me today. Thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you'd like to, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!